Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dirt Revival Tour. Oh man, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, but I am so glad to be able to come to you guys here tonight on a Tuesday. It's never felt better. Here we are in the championship round. I'm not gonna lie to you. Well, would you look at that? The race info pulls up is exactly like how it was last season, because this is where we ended in season number 1. Very, very esteemed set of drivers out here tonight. My name is Mac Nelson here from Arsenal TV. I will be your sole commentator here tonight as we get ready to duke it out. Everything is up for grabs here in the Dirt Revival Tour Drivers Championship. I was sent the points. I was called in on a little bit of an audible. I didn't think I was going to do it, but I'm stepping back into the commentary game. So with that being said, Chase hit me up, said you should do the finale tomorrow night. This was yesterday. I said, you know what, Smooth? Why the heck not? Here we go. It's always a blast seeing these drivers in the Dirt Revival Tour doing their thing. We're gonna make a few adjustments here. Lower that level just a little bit for you guys. Sorry, it's gonna be scuffed. This is my first race that I've announced in a couple of months, as you guys might know if you keep up with the Arsenal TV channel. But like I said, I'm extremely excited to see how everything is going to shake out. I was sent the points, and the point system is currently looking like Ethan Johnson, who currently has the second fastest time right now in practice with a 14.541, beaten only by Mr. Dylan Jones, who ran a 14.5 flat. Ethan Johnson is currently your championship leader here in the Dirt Revival Tour, but in second place is Hayden Tullison. However, Hayden Tullison is a good amount of points behind. It is currently 618 to 544. So a little bit of quick math, that is 74 points, I believe. Yeah, I think that's correct. 74 points. I had to do it in my head real quick. You know, I'm not too much of a mathematician. So that is going to be your two kind of leaders here in this Dirt Revival Tour Drivers Championship. Ethan Stuckwish is currently in 3rd place. Tyson Banks in 4th place. Tyler Bickford in 5th place. Braden Carter in 6th. Jeffrey Hyatt in 7th. Dylan Del Mastro in 8th. Bob Klein in 9th. And Ryder English in 10th. Although 5th through 10th, although payout is the same, that is extremely tight. So who knows what will happen in that sort of mid-pack in the Drivers' Championship standings. But if you wanted to know if any major implications are here tonight during this championship race, I would say probably not when it comes to the Drivers' Championship. Ethan Johnson would have to crash out. Not in that sense, he would have to wreck out. Hayden Tullison would have to win, and still then that might not even be enough for it to get done. So let's just assume if Ethan Johnson finishes the race here tonight, he will be your champion. Now, there is also some stakes up for grabs here. It is a $50 to win race tonight, gentlemen and ladies. I'm not hating on the ladies if you're watching, but like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we will be giving out $50 to the winner of tonight's race. So that's going to be really cool to see. That makes it a fair and fun fight for everybody here. As we begin qualifying here, they're going to send it out in groups, and it's a guessing game on my live timing on who is that first group out. It looks like Aaron McGee might be one of those guys. So we will be on board with him for his first laps, seeing what kind of qualifying time he can put down here tonight. Looks like Dylan Jones, Brandon Jones as well going to be out there. As we get a closer look at that number 8 super late model. Whoo! I believe that looks like a Speed Ranch logo on the side of that car, so maybe a Speed Ranch house driver. I'm not in the know like that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know who is where. I don't know what is where. I don't know what is what. I don't know who is who. It's been a few months for me, man. I'm starting to just get back into the swing of things. And with that being said, Aaron McGee is getting into a swing of his qualifying time. Let's go ahead and zoom that camera out. We'll go to the top of the press boxes here. And we will lock in on Aaron McGee, whose first lap didn't really count. It's abysmally slow, getting speed for his second lap, which is going to be 14.198. That is going to be the fastest time so far. Brandon Jones put in a 14.295. Dylan Jones is about to cross the line, not before Braden Moore, though, who runs a 14.928. Dylan Jones still hasn't submitted a time. There we go, 14.528 for Dylan Jones. That is going to be the first group of qualifying done and dusted. Locking in now on Hayden Tullison, the Midwest Sim Sports driver, and that number 327. He, much like before, much like in the last season, I should say, he is in a spot to win the championship, albeit very slim here tonight. The same thing happened one season ago in the opening season for the Dirt Revival Tour. He lost out to Jesse Newsom. And my memory is not serving me well. I can't remember if he got second or third. Jesse Newsom, I think Robbie Buchanan Jr. actually won the Season 1 championship. Jesse Newsom would have been second. Hayden Tullison third. I don't know. That was what seems like a lifetime ago. There have been a lot of changes in my life. I'm sure a lot of changes in your guys' lives, too, since that happened about 12 or 13 weeks ago. Hayden Tullison's going to cross the line and do a 14.203. Justin Sick is going to do a 14.433. Dylan Domester with a 14.463. And Bickford coming in with a P4 provisionally with a 14.367. So good runs out of them. We now lock eyes with Nate Wimhoff, who always seems to be rocking some sort of pink on his car in that number 48. Another Midwest Sim Sports driver here, Nate Wimhoff. As I completely forgot to check up on the YouTube, I do sorely apologize. Oh, hear a little bit of it. I'm so sorry, so sorry. Everything is looking rather swell on the YouTube end. Make sure everything looks good. I'm not too big of a fan of how YouTube treats my streams. I don't like the encoding kind of format that they have over there. It seems to dull everything down, pixel out everything. But on Twitch, everything looks mighty beautiful. So if you are on YouTube and you do have a device that will allow you to go over to Twitch, I suggest going there because that is going to be a better viewing experience for you. However, I know if you are on a Roku TV, you cannot get the Twitch app, which is a very, very just bad decision in my opinion. Here we go, championship leader, Ethan Johnson. He will be at the center of our attention here as he begins his qualifying run. As he sends it around 3 and 4, coming back towards the start-finish line. It looked fast in my eyes. It looked fast up here, and it is going to be a... Oh, never mind, it didn't count. Bob Klein, however, ran a 14.271. Blake Culver with a 14.278. Braden Carter with a 14.283. Hopefully this lap will now count for Ethan Johnson, and it's going to be a 14.457. So not exactly ideal for the championship leader here, who ran just 0.2 and some change slower than his running mate, Hayden Tullison. So now here we are hopping on board with Ethan Stuckwish in that number 35. Repping that Mizzou hoodie in his headshot, just like last season. He might have updated it. Maybe it's me that needs to do the updating. I have no clue. However, Ethan Stuckwish running in that super late model for Midwest Sim Sports. He's going to send it down through the middle part in the Red Sea with the track. He is going to bring his time up to 14.506. That's going to be good enough for P14. Jeffrey Hyatt, however, is going to run a 14.426. Tyler Orr with a 14.363. He just barely cracks the top 10. And Ethan Stuckwish now is going to send Tyler Orr out of that top 10. He's going to run a 14.311, good enough for P8. And that is going to be the end of our qualifying run so far. Make sure nobody has shifted positions. No, I do not believe so. Tyler Orr still out on track. So as we get ready to head into our first heat race of the night, I gotta take a minute to thank the sponsors for tonight's race, for the entire season as a whole, and just really on behalf of the Dirt Revival Tour and Midwest Sim Sports who put this on. You just got to show the gratitude to the sponsors, get them some airtime, because without their patronage, without their support, without their backing, this league would probably not be a thing. You would be deprived of seeing these top-tier, amazing drivers every Tuesday night in the DRT. So first, we want to give a shout-out to G-Shots Simtography. They are, I believe, the newest sponsor that came in for the Dirt Revival Tour. They've got individual shots that they will give, or that they will take for you, for your driver, for your, all your virtual needs. I'm sure whatever car, whatever track you want. 5 photos for $5 delivered within 24 hours of the race. Sign up is week by week. So if you want shots for an upcoming race, send Zach a message before race day. And before we get on to anything else, I just want to let you guys know you can find all this information out on the DRT Discord, which you can find that through, I believe, !DRT in my Twitch chat. However, you cannot. I apologize. That command must have got deleted or something. So if you need to find out more info, you just come to me and I will get you guys hooked up with the DRT guys. Also, special shout out to Elite Signs and Graphics out of Zanesville, Ohio. They handle all your sign and graphic needs. Coast to Coast Sim Sports as well. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to Midwest Sim Sports. Like always, it's a bulk of their staff, a bulk of their crew that puts this on. So big, and I mean big, shout out to them. Shout out to Atlas VGD as well. Willie T Performance ran by William T Thayer. He was a Season 1 runner. I'm not sure if he's done any Season 2. He's not here tonight. However, Willie T Performance, shout out to Willie T. He was a fun driver to watch. I'm sure he has the utmost integrity when dealing with customers. Shout out to Crispy. That boy Crispy, Christopher Perini. I don't know if it's Perini or Perrine. I'm sorry about that, Chris. But shout out to his Twitch. You can find him at Crispy13S. And also shout out to my boy Smooth and his dad's company, Copeland & Son Excavating, LLC. Kind of crazy that he put his own cell number just right on the ad here. I mean, I know it because I've known him for years. But just putting that out in the world is crazy. I'd give him Steve's number or something. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Heat race number 1. Coming to you live here as we look here into the grid. P10 is going to be Braden Moore. P9, Dylan Del Mastro. P8, Justin Sick. P7, Steven Pearson. P6, Tyler Orr. With 5th place being Nate Wimhoff. Row number 2 is going to consist of Brandon Jones and Braden Carter. Row number 1 is going to be Bob Klein, representing CFM, and your pole sitter for heat race number 1, Aaron McGee in the number 8 machine. Whoo, man, it has been a minute. It has been a minute since I have called some green flag racing here in the Dirt Revival Tour. It's surreal to be back here again. I can't lie. And, you know, I just hope we have a good night here tonight. I just hope we have good racing. I know we will. These drivers are absolutely amazing. Enough yap. It's time to drive. Aaron McGee has the button. Ladies and gentlemen, this championship night has begun. Oh, and what a slider brought to the leader by Braden Carter in that number 5 super late model. Yellow flag is out as all these cars begin to slow down just a little bit. Looks like that might have been Braden Moore. We'll take a closer look in that number 17. Looks like something might be happening towards the apex of this corner. That 62 is coming in hard. That number 62 of Dylan Del Mastro, he's going to check up. Looks like maybe just a little bit of a net code. I think he might have saved it early enough to where that wouldn't have happened, but the net code thought otherwise. That is one of the only cons of virtual sim racing. You're going to have instances like that. So that is going to be Dylan Del Mastro, Braden Moore caught up in that. So we got the first yellow flag of the night out of the way early. However, I don't think it's going to hinder Mr. Braden Carter here, who looks insanely fast so far, representing CSC Motorsports in that number 5. As we get ready to go green here, Aaron McGee has the button. He is going to push it early, trying to stretch out as much of a lead on Braden Carter as he can. Braden not getting the best start, though. He is going to be harassed and pressured by the number 7 of Bob Klein here. So we're going to try to get a little better look at this. There's some contact in the back. That is the number 15 of Brandon Jones. He is going to be hit by the 46 of Steven Pearson. However, everything looks all good. We are still racing single file through the first 5. There's going to be a little bit of contact between some of the guys in the back. However, it's not, yes, it is going to warrant a yellow. As we get our second yellow flag here in the heat. Unfortunate. Sorry about that. Unfortunate for these guys as the iRacing pace truck will make its way around. The guys will catch back up to it, and we will begin again shortly. Looks like that contact might have been between Justin Sick and another car. Possibly could be Dylan Del Mastro. I'm sure we're about to go green here at any time. Pace truck is off. Aaron McGee still our leader. Can he hold on? As we get back racing here at Charlotte, Braden Carter is looking to try to make a move. He's not going to be able to get anything done, though. As now we go 3 wide. Let's zoom that camera out a little bit. That is Braden Carter, Bob Klein, Nate Wimhoff, Tyler Orr as well in that mix-up. And now Braden Carter looking to slice between Bob Klein and Aaron McGee. We've got some Bob Klein love in the chat. We'll take a look at Bob Klein for these last 2 laps, or last lap, I should say. White flag is in the air. Bob Klein's going to try to make something happen, although Aaron McGee got an incredible run out of turn 1. He is going to get dove low by Braden Carter coming into 3 outside of 4. It is going to be Aaron McGee, Braden Carter, Bob Klein, Nate Wimhoff, and Tyler Orr going to be your top 5 here in heat race number 1. Little bit of some jitters. 2 yellow flags out in that first heat for these drivers here in the DRT. I'm sure things will resolve themselves as we progress through the night. Taking a look at your grid for heat race number 2. Joel Phillips is going to be in the back with Dylan Jones. They're going to make up the 5th row. 4th row is going to consist of your championship leader, Ethan Johnson, and Jeffrey Hyatt as well. Row number 3 is going to be Tyler Bickford and Tyson Banks, East Coast and Tri-City respectively. Row number 2, Ethan Stuckwish representing Midwest Sim Sports. Ryder English representing Carolina Sim Sports. Blake Culver in P2, part of Fusion Setup Shop. And your pole sitter for heat race number 2. First on the grid, second in the championship. That is going to be the 327 of Hayden Tullison. It is a crispy night here in Charlotte. 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 8 mile per hour winds. 69% humidity, so it is going to feel just a little stuffy out there. We've got someone in the chat saying Tyler Bickford's going to take it home here in heat race number 2. We sure will see. As we get ready to go green here, pace truck is off. Hayden Tollison's going to lead the way. He's going to wait. Oh, no. A bottled start by Blake Culver. He jumped the start when Hayden Tollison hadn't gone yet. That's going to jumble everything up. They're going to be like an accordion, and you see it. 3 in the back there, I believe that's Bickford, Hyatt, and Johnson getting involved. Hayden Tullison is out and away to the races. Blake Culver's going to try to make a move on Ryder English. He's going to get that done. That was an incredible run out of turn 2 for Blake Culver. Ryder English is going to try to bring it back and do something. He is not able to get it done in very, very hard for Ryder English into turn 2. He is going to get that move squared away. Tyson Banks, who I didn't even see in the process, he overtook Blake Culver as well. Ethan Johnson already up 2 spots in the 6th place. He looks like he has got a lot of speed here. Unfortunately, Tyler Bickford all the way in the back at last place. So very unfortunate for the Tyler Bickford lover in chat. Halfway through this heat, 5 laps to go. Hayden Tollefson trying his best to stay out in front. He's off to a 6/10 of a second lead on Tyson Banks, who has Ryder English breathing right down his throat. And that looked like Dylan Jones going for a move. And that is going to be, who is that? That is, I have no idea who that was. I believe that was Tyler Bickford, who went for that insane move. That's something we got to come back and look at, I believe. Holy moly. Or no, sorry, okay, it was not Tyler Bickford. It was not Tyler Bickford. I unfortunately just don't... This is my first night here in Season 2. I just don't know the cars. That looked like the 11. Was it Jeffrey Hyatt? No, Jeffrey Hyatt's in some 13-looking car. Might have been Ethan Stuckwish, maybe. That was insane. I don't know who did it. The numbers assigned in the league are different from the numbers assigned on the numbers on their car because of the custom wraps. I have no idea what just happened. Thankfully, it was towards the back, so there's not many implications here. But it looks like our championship leader, Ethan Johnson, is going to be stuck in the back. Might have been him that pulled that move. I think it was, actually. So now we'll head around one more time for this heat. Ethan Stuckwish, very unlucky day for him. He has dropped 4 positions down into P8. As now we will be going green next time by. Hayden Tollefson has 3 laps, 2 when they get to the line here. 2 laps to go. Hayden Tollefson is going to get out to an amazing start like he always does. They're 3 wide. Tyson Banks in second place. There's going to be some contact behind him. That is going to be Jeffrey Hyatt, I'm thinking. Yeah, Jeffrey Hyatt, who has just a little bit of contact. Blake Culver's going to get into some stuff, too, that he doesn't want to get into. Final lap, checkered flag. It is going to be Hayden Tollefson, Tyson Banks, Ryder English, your top 3, with Jeffrey Hyatt and Dylan Jones. P4 and P5. So that is grid race number, or heat race number 2. Done and dusted. We now go on to the consies, the last chance qualifier, which I'm not entirely sure. I think everybody might just make it. I'm pretty sure this is just for starting position. Because I think we only had 20 drivers show up here tonight, so it should be 20 driver feature. So I'm sure everybody's going to make it in. So if your driver did not do so well in his heat, stick around. He's probably going to be in the feature anyway. But looking at the grid here for this consolation, I've got to do some scrolling. P16 is going to be Joel Phillips, Dylan Delmastro, Ethan Johnson, who's got a long way to work. He's got a very, very tough plate in front of him. Justin Sick, Ethan Stuckwish, Steven Pearson, Blake Culver is going to just barely make it inside the top 10. Braden Moore, Tyler Bickford, Brandon Jones, Dylan Jones, Tyler Orr, Jeffrey Hyatt, Nate Wimhoff, Ryder English, and your pole sitter for the last chance qualifier is going to be the number 18 representing CFM, Bob Klein. So one more time around Charlotte for this iRacing pace truck. And we will be ready to go green here for 15 laps for this consolation. Bob Klein is going to release the hounds into battle as these super late model drivers are here. They are ready to steer, and they are ready to be clear of any contact, any drama, and that is going to be, I believe, Jeffrey Hyatt. Yes, it is going to be Jeffrey Hyatt, almost caught up again in some unfortunate things. He is getting really close to the 96 of Ryder English, keeping it nice and tight, though, as they go through 1 and 2 here again. Bob Klein staying out in front. Nate Wimhoff trying his best to catch him, but his best is not good enough. Goes for the move through turn 1 and 2, not able to let anything slide. Here comes Ryder English as he tried to make a crazy double overtake. Not going to get it to slide. Jeffrey Hyatt is going to slide up and block off Ryder English. I got my words a little jumbled there as these drivers are putting it all on the line. They are 4 wide for P4. Tyler Orr, Ryder English, Dylan Jones, and Brandon Jones. Leaving it all out there. Here tonight, there's going to be contact between Tyler Orr and I believe that is Ryder English, yes. And there's more contact. He's giving them the receipt. They are battling. As we get a little closer look here up front, Bob Klein doing his thing with Nate Wimhoff and Jeffrey Hyatt behind him. They are tucked in. Yellow flag is out. Looks like Blake Culver might have got caught up in something. We'll have a look. Oh. We'll have to rewind that one a little bit to see what exactly happened. Oh, wow, that's a lot. Oh, wow, that's a lot. That's like 6 cars. So if we send it in here, I believe... I don't know who this is that we're looking at. The number 11 gets into the number 17. The 46 is Steven Pearson. So he got involved. 17, that's a Midwest Sim Sports driver. You can see it on the rear quarter panel. And then 2, I believe that's Justin Sick. Yeah, 2 number 2s. You see where my job gets difficult. They're going to bash into each other. The 62 of Dylan Domastro, the 35 of Ethan Stuckwish. They get through, luckily, unscathed. But that is going to be Justin Sick and Blake Culver going back to the pits. Green flag is out. I apologize. I was tending to something software side. My live timing didn't seem to want to function for a second, but here we go. 3 wide. Jeffrey Hyatt has been clawing and fighting his way through this grid. That is going to be a car. I believe that might be Brandon Jones or maybe Nate. And they're hitting again. They're 4 wide, almost 5 wide here for P3. Dylan Domastro just cannot stay out of the drama here tonight. He is just being collected in everything. Brandon Jones is going to take immense advantage over that. He has worked his way up to P4. Tyler Orr back there in P5. Jeffrey Hyatt is your leader, however. Bob Klein did fall back into P2. And Bob Klein, it just looks like he has lost all pace here. Jeffrey Hyatt running purple with a 14.696. Running a 10th faster than him that lap as well. Jeffrey Hyatt might be checked out of this race. 2 to go once they cross the line here. Brandon Jones and Tyler Orr are still going at it. 6, 7, 8 laps later. 6, 7. Dylan Jones here in the number 69, although he's wearing 22. He is looking to get a move done on Ethan Stuckwish. In front of him is Ethan Johnson, your championship leader in all of this. He has just been in the middle of what seems like an absolute howler of a battle. And that is going to be it. Jeffrey Hyatt, Bob Klein, Brandon Jones, Tyler Orr, and Ethan Johnson, your top 5. So while these drivers warm up and get the track packed down for the feature, I am going to grab myself a water. Don't go anywhere, because the championship race of the Dirt Revival Tour is coming up very, very shortly. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. Do not worry. I know it seems like they're racing with how they lined up, but they're just doing a little warm-up, guys. We are not green flag racing. They might be doing like a quick 6 here or something. I'm not entirely sure how the format of this is working tonight. I just showed up to work, you know what I mean? I just showed up, tried to put on a show, but when the drivers of the DRT are driving like this, they're the ones stealing the show. I'm just here for the ride. Which is perfectly fine. Regardless, though, it looks like Aaron McGee put the hurt on them. Okay, I take that back. We've got another group going out. I'm not sure what's happening here. But it's just more racing, so enjoy. So I believe we are about to start racing here in the championship round. Drivers are now just packing the track in, getting it nice for the feature here tonight. As Tyson Banks has been black flagged. Oh no, I don't know what he did. I'm sure he's going to have to pull in to the steward's tent and get a stern lashing. Get scolded for being too dangerous out on the virtual track. As the warm-up is finished, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go feature racing. We are ready with the main event here tonight. And you know what that means. Your grid for this championship race: Justin Sick, Blake Culver, Ryder English, Steven Pearson, Joel Phillip, Braden Moore, Nate Wimhoff, Tyler Bickford, Dylan Del Mastro, Ethan Stuckwish, Dylan Jones in your top 10. Ethan Johnson is going to be P9, your championship leader. P8 is going to be Tyler Orr. P7, Brandon Jones, Bob Klein, Jeffrey Hyatt, Tyson Banks in P4, P3, Braden Carter, P2, Hayden Tollison, and your pole sitter for the race here tonight. Championship race, $50 to win as well here at Charlotte. The number 8 super late model, Aaron McGee. These drivers have been putting in the work all season long. 10 rounds, or I guess 9 rounds raced. Here we go with the 10th. Who will take home the Dirt Revival Tour Drivers Championship? Ethan Johnson's pretty much got it locked in the bag. But Hayden Tollison is going to do everything in his power to prevent that from happening. A lot to drive for here tonight, though, ladies and gentlemen. Like we said before, $50 here to give away. Aaron McGee has the button. We are racing here at Charlotte. Jeffrey Hyatt already taking a high line. He is going to try to squeeze in behind Aaron McGee. Hayden Tollison rolling the bottom in normal Hayden Tollison fashion. Aaron McGee is going to be sending it around the top as fast as he can. Hayden Tollison, however, gets the move just about done. Can he explode out of this corner in front of Aaron McGee? Yes, he can. Hayden Tollison currently in the lead. We're almost 3 wide for P2. That's Aaron McGee. That's Braden Carter. That's Jeffrey Hyatt. Tyson Banks is trying to nudge his nose in. Get a little bit of that. As the top 5 separate the rest of the pack, which consists of almost 6 cars being side by side, fighting for P6. Tyler Orr doing his best to keep the Wolves at bay, trying to prevent them from getting around him. That is the name of the game. Ethan Stuckwish, if you saw that towards the right of your screen, giving Ethan Johnson just a little bit of a push into that corner. Ethan Johnson up 2 spots into P7. He is going to try to do a little more work. We are only 6 laps in, 75 laps. It's going to be a long race. Hayden Tollison, much like we saw in the Dirt Revival Tour season numero uno, if you watched any of that, Hayden Tollison, when he led races, it was very, very dominating. He'd get out to 1, 2, sometimes 3 second leads over his opponent, and it would stay there. Hayden Tollison currently out to a 7, almost 8/10 of a second lead on Aaron McGee. Aaron McGee doing his best to stay up front here. However, Jeffrey Hyatt, who has been aggressive all night, is looking to take just another position in the numerous he's already taken here tonight. Braden Carter in that number 5. Although I believe it's number 6 in the game. I can't tell. My vision's going bad, folks. He is going to be side by side with Tyler Orr. They are fighting for that P4 spot. Tyson Banks right behind him. Ethan Johnson as well right behind him. And you have to feel like Ethan Johnson is in a little bit of a vortex here. He has the pace to get around these guys. He just can't make any of the moves stick. He's going to get side by side. There's contact. It's going to be a domino effect. That is Joel Phillips hitting Ethan Johnson, who then hit what I believe was Braden Carter. Or maybe not Braden Carter, but maybe Tyler Orr. Tyson Banks maybe, but Ethan Johnson is now taking it around the high side. He's going to go outside. He's going to try to get around the 747 of Tyson Banks here. He's going to try to make it work. He is somehow able to keep the momentum faster than Tyson Banks and Tyler Orr on the outside. Ethan Johnson is running like the rent is due, but Tyler Orr coming back. He's ready to fight round 2. Holyfield and Frazier. A little bit of a risky move there by, I'm not sure who that was. I think it might have been Brandon Jones. A little bit of a risky biscuit move. Jeffrey Hyatt in a close battle here with Braden Carter for P3. They're going to try to get something done here. Braden Carter is. He's going to try to pass Jeffrey Hyatt. Looks like maybe on the low side. Going to try to explode out of that corner. He is not going to be able to get anything done. Jeffrey Hyatt is still in the advantageous position. Ethan Johnson, though, he has broken away from Tyler Orr a little bit. He is now chasing the 05 or the 6, however you want to look at it, of Braden Carter. Going through the start-finish line. We are starting lap number 18. Ethan Johnson might be able to make something stick this go around. He's going to send it up top where the Angels sing. He's going to try to maybe split them. Jeffrey Hyatt comes down on him just a little bit, blocking that move, but it's going to compromise his turn 1 as Ethan Johnson looking to make his way around Jeffrey Hyatt, already 6 spots up. Ethan Johnson is in the clear, ladies and gentlemen. He is here. And now if we look up towards Hayden Tollison, he's only got a 0.4 of a second lead over Aaron McGee. Aaron McGee wanting that $50. He cannot win the championship tonight. However, that $50 going straight to his bank account might look pretty good for just a 2-hour shift on iRacing here tonight. Ethan Johnson trying to make his way forward. He is running faster lap times than Hayden Tollison and Aaron McGee. So who knows? It all comes down to, can we stay green? If we stay green, it might be a Hayden Tollison kind of night. However, if there are a few cautions and Ethan Johnson can get up next to Hayden Tollison, we might have ourselves a battle. Tyler Orr is in the thick of it again, this time with Tyler Bickford, as Tyler Bickford is up 8 spots into P5. They've got Braden Carter just in front of him. Braden Carter not running very fast lap times right now. He might have some sort of damage on that 05, as he is running 2/10 slower, almost. More like a 10th. He is going to get hit by Tyler Bickford just right there in the left rear quarter panel. No harm, no foul. They keep going. The field has spread out behind them a good bit. We've got, just tandem cars, kind of a chain reaction. Nothing too interesting happening back here. All eyes are on Braden Carter and Tyler Orr right now. As I take it back, Hayden Tollison had a little bit of a mishap. He hit the wall. Doesn't seem to be in that big of pain, though, as he is still out to a 1.15 second lead over Aaron McGee. And then behind him, Ethan Johnson is half a second or more, about 7/10 actually, behind Aaron McGee. So Ethan Johnson working his way up, still running the fastest on the track at the moment. But how long will that happen? Ethan Johnson has to send, and at some point those tires are going to not want to give anymore. That is when you see the fall off in lap times, as we have a yellow flag. You hear all those super late models start to tone it down a little bit, slow down, get that engine cooling, get those tires cooling. As we'll take a look at what happened to Blake Culver here. Looks like he's already maybe scraping the wall coming out of 4. Oh, that's going to be a big wall hit. Big time on the outer wall, almost up onto the catch fence. And with him being stopped completely, that is what triggered the yellow flag. Unfortunate stuff for our leader, Hayden Tullison. Who looked to be in a very, very good spot. Green flag racing, here we go, gentlemen. Hayden Tullison is off to an electric start, as usual. Ethan Johnson has managed to slip his way into second off the start! That's going to be a big hit to Hayden Tullison. I'm not entirely sure what was going on there. Hayden Tullison might have damaged the same with Ethan Johnson. And I'm not sure what happened there. That was insane. I did not have that on my bingo card. They're going back and forth, trading sliders. Ethan Johnson, I think, going to end up with the net advantage here. I just think he's got too much momentum rolling around that top side to be stopped. And Ethan Johnson is going to take the lead here at lap 34. Almost halfway done, but Hayden Tullison is very quick on his heels. Aaron McGee and Tyson Banks trying their best to keep up, but they are battling for P3. Tyler Orr in another battle, as he is going to lose out on that one to Dylan Jones and Braden Carter. As we look back up ahead at Ethan Johnson. Letting it rip around that top side. Hell of a slider thrown by Tyson Banks on Aaron McGee. They are going to be ripping the top. Hayden Tullison doing his best to chase him down. Let's crank it up and see what Hayden sees. That was Hayden Tullison there. Ethan Johnson getting out to a half-second lead. Hayden Tullison, unfortunately, just not able to make it stick. He's going to hit the wall again. That is going to be another advantage to Ethan Johnson. He is currently 8/10ths ahead of Hayden Tullison. 34 laps to go here. As we are over halfway through this race, Ethan Johnson looking to be a star in the making. Sorry about that, guys. First race back. I gotta hydrate myself. My voice is going a little quicker than expected. I'm not conditioned for this anymore. I've got to build it back up. But Hayden Tullison is down 1 second to Ethan Johnson. Tyson Banks is another second behind him, and another second behind him is Braden Carter. So if we stay green, our top three looks pretty set in stone. As there is a big battle here, Aaron McGee in P10 currently. What a fall from grace for the number 8 driver. Sat on pole to start this main event. He is currently halfway down the grid. Not exactly the night Aaron McGee would have wanted, and with the field so spread out, it's going to be really hard to make a significant change and climb up the grid. So Aaron McGee, unfortunately, might just putter out at the mid-pack. Yellow flag is out. Commentator's curse. Steven Pearson has had a moment. We'll go back and look at it. Looks like Steven Pearson was up against the wall. He's going to obviously be slower taking the corner behind him there, and he is just going to get absolutely plowed on that top line. I'm not entirely sure who that was with him there. We might be able to go back and take a little better look. Like the number 2, that could be Justin Sick. It could also be, because that's, I'm not sure who that was. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure who that was. Like I said, the numbers on the car are not matching the numbers that I have been given on the timing tower. That's another one of the flaws of doing virtual sim racing like this. Here we go. I do believe the iRacing pace truck, yes, he has pulled off. The drivers here are getting ready again to release into the wilds. That is Charlotte. Green flag, go, go, go. Ethan Johnson says to himself, let's leave. As he is going to fly away like Lenny Kravitz. Hayden Tullison trying his best to keep up with Ethan Johnson. However, Ethan Johnson not letting it go so lightly. Remember, $50 is up for grabs for the out-and-out race winner. So Ethan Johnson, being the championship leader, could come home with a stack after winning the league and the $50 here tonight. I'm not entirely sure what the payout is for first place in points. Ethan Johnson once again sitting it around that high side, lap number 53. We will have 22 to go at the line. Hayden Tullison and Braden Carter, gloves are off. They are sparring. Braden Carter trying his best to get the best of Hayden Tullison. Hayden Tullison, the young prodigy. I was told that was his nickname entering season number 1 of the DRT. He's still doing big things, but he has yet to capture that championship. He's got so much time. He's got an ungodly amount of time. But if you were to ask him, I'm sure he'd say there's no time like the present. He wants to get that chip now. We are yellow flagged again. Looks like Dylan Jones might be the culprit here. We'll have a look. Dylan Jones is going to get up into the wall. And it looks like that white car, not sure who it is going to make contact. They're going to pull together like a bunch of magnets. And yeah, he's just going to end up sideways. Oh, that is not good. A lot of contact for those drivers. And I see a tire floating up towards the catch fence there. More cars being collected. I believe that's Dylan Del Mastro who might have been caught up in that. Not good, not good for a lot of these drivers. The pace truck is off, I believe. Those are his headlights. Oh, wait, no. Those. That is the truck right there. I thought maybe those two lights together were his headlights. Anyway, we are away here in the championship race. Lap number 57 of 75. Only a few more to go here. And that will conclude us in Season 2 of the Dirt Revival Tour. Ethan Johnson looking strong. I'm sure that comes to a surprise of no one. As Hayden Tullison actually runs purple, 15.297. He's going to cut up in front of Ethan Johnson. He's feeling himself. The young prodigy Hayden Tullison. Ethan Johnson's going to send it right back to him. Tyson Banks almost getting caught up on the rear wing there of Hayden Tullison. They are going to do battle down on that bottom line. It's going to wash them both all the way up to the top. They're going to set low. They're going to set for a long corner here. Almost trading places. Normally it's Hayden Tullison that likes to feed the bottom there. But it's going to be Ethan Johnson that time, and it's going to cost him as Hayden Tullison's going to take advantage. He is going to take the lead. Ethan Johnson now beside him. They're going to do the same exact thing again. Ethan Johnson's going to wash up, try to cut Hayden Tullison off. Hayden Tullison not going to have it, but through goes Banks. Tyson Banks in the 747. He is going to take advantage, and he now leads the race. 14 laps to go. Tyson Banks trying to make it happen. Braden Carter now in P2. Our two drivers who looked to be dominating all series long are now caught up in the secondary pack of these leaders. They're battling it out for P2. Tyson Banks is laughing to the bank because he might have just heisted this $50 away from Ethan Johnson and Hayden Tullison. But Ethan Johnson's not going to go out like that. Here he comes back at Hayden Tullison. He's going to send it from way downtown. He does not care, ladies and gentlemen. Hayden Tullison saw it coming. Maneuvers in a way to avoid it. But Ethan Johnson did catch up just a tiny bit. He's going to do it again. He's going to send it, set his car really low, make it almost a 2-point turn through this rounded corner. And Braden Carter is stuck up in the middle of some conflict between him, Ethan Stuckwish, and Ryder English. as they're going to try to get something done here. Tyson Banks still out in front. Ethan Johnson looking to catch Hayden Tullison, who currently sits P2, and we have a yellow flag again. It is your pole sitter, Aaron McGee, who has crashed this time. We'll take a look at it. Here he comes around turn number 4 through the start-finish, and he's just going to get caught up on the wall, and he's just going to spin completely. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I mean, nothing looked wrong. Oh, wow. He must have just hit the wall just perfectly with how his wheels were turned, and it just, instead of bouncing him out in the other direction, it seems like the tires just caught and turned towards the wall. You very rarely see that. 1, in the real world of racing. 2, you definitely don't see that a lot in iRacing. So that was just truly unlucky for Aaron McGee there, who is currently sitting in the pit. His night might be over with. But someone whose night has just begun, Tyson Banks in that 747. We have less than 10 laps to go. It's going to be about 7 when we get to the line. Speaking of that, if you look at the top left, we are currently in lap number 67. Say it with me, kids. 6, 7. Okay. Tyson Banks here ready to release these drivers as we get ready to go green here at the dirt track of Charlotte. A lot of people say this is the state where racing runs purest. That I would have to agree with. Ethan Johnson currently out in front. Tyson Banks got a horrible start, but Hayden Tullison and Ethan Johnson are going to be going at it again. That's a lot of contact. That's going to be a yellow flag out again. Tyler Orr dropping down the line. So is Ethan Johnson. We'll have to take a look at what happened to Ethan Johnson here, because I think he might have been at the precipice of all that. He is going to come down not knowing that that real estate was being taken by Braden Carter. That is just going to start a domino, a chain effect of things to happen. But let's just stop it right here. Let's just stop it right here. Middle of your screen, you see, I believe that is the 62 of Dylan Del Mastro. The car behind him and the car in front of him. What amazing trust from those drivers to just trust in the lead guy who, once again, I don't know the cars. Look at them. They're all 3 just going to skate by. Dylan DeMastro is going to get tapped a little bit, but mostly unscathed. Oh, but then he gets tapped by Ethan Johnson. Or not Ethan Johnson, sorry. All these cars look the same, man. You get what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. First night on the job here. Championship race. I don't know what the cars look like. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But you guys saw it. You guys have an eye for racing. You saw it. You know what I'm talking about. As it looks like we have a delay start to our green flag here. As I'm not sure, maybe somebody was exiting the pits. Maybe they couldn't get lined up fast enough, but we are not going green. We'll go around at least one more time. As now, I believe we're getting ready to go green here. Tyson Banks will have the button. He is going to have to fend off an extremely upset Hayden Tollison, who now does not have to worry about Ethan Johnson because Ethan Johnson is currently back in P13. Tyson Banks doing his best to try to secure this race win here tonight and the $50. And who knows, he was pretty high in the championship standings. This might get him just a little position or two. Who knows? Coming around, we have 4 laps to go. Tyson Banks putting on a show. Hayden Tollison and Ethan Stuckwish are going to try to catch up to him, but I believe Tyson Banks might just get out of here with a steal of the century. You saw it earlier in the race. He split the gap. He took advantage of Hayden Tollison. And, Hayden Tollison and Ethan Johnson getting into a battle. And he took advantage of that very, very properly. 2 laps to go. Ethan Stuckwish is here fighting Hayden Tollison. We're going to keep an eye on them. Tyler Johnson all the way back up in P5. I'm not entirely sure how he did that one. White flag is out. Tyson Banks is going to be your winner here on a steal. But Hayden Tollison and Ethan Stuckwish battling for that P2. Hayden Tollison is going to take the high line. Ethan Stuckwish going to feed the bottom. Coming to the line. It's going to be Ethan Stuckwish who gets it over Hayden Tollison. Tyler Bickford P4. Ethan Johnson, P5. Jeffrey Hyatt, P6. Tyler Orr, P7. Bob Klein, P8. Dylan Del Mastro, P9. Braden Carter, P10. So a lot of interviews are going around tonight. We're going to have the top 3 from the race. Then we're going to have the top 3 in the championship also getting interviewed. I'm sure some of that's going to overlap, especially with Hayden Tollison, who finished 3rd in the race, but is also going to finish 2nd in the championship. And if we look back on the points, Ethan Stuckwish was in 3rd. Tyson Banks was in 4th, Bickford in 5th. So if we compare that to our standings here, Bickford did get P4. There might be... No, well, no, I take that back. There might be a shakeup, however. Tyson Banks might have slipped his way into P3 in the championship standings. We'll have to wait to get confirmation on that. But who knows? There might be something crazy going on here tonight. So top 3 from the race is here. We're going to bring in Ethan Stuckwish first. We're going to bring in Ethan Stuckwish first because we've got Hayden saved for the Drivers' Championship interview. Ethan, it's been a while, man. How you doing? Mac up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. How you doing?
Doing good, Ethan. It felt good to be back here at DRT, but what also had to feel good for you was coming away P2 in that race. Walk me through it, man. It looked like you were in a battle all night.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Kind of, I buried myself. I buried myself in qualifying. Just kind of, I knew kind of where I had to be. I kind of followed Tyson all night and then got, top 5 and was just kind of riding. And then I don't know what kind of goes through some of these guys' heads. They throw sliders and then hit the brakes in front of you and stuff like that. I don't know. I just, I knew all night. I just had to kind of keep my nose clean.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I am currently getting word. I'm getting word from Chase that you are 3rd in the Drivers' Championship after tonight. So that is not only a podium in the race, but a podium for the season points as well. How does that make you feel?
Feels good. It's kind of been a long 10 weeks. It kind of didn't have the first great couple races, and then last, I don't know, like 5 or 6 of them, I've kind of been clawing my way back up in points. And I knew, coming in tonight I was third, and I forgot what the gap was. I think it was like 15. And like I said, I knew kind of if I stayed, a car or two behind Tyson, I pretty much had third. And then I kind of got a little bit worried because he got out to the lead there and was pretty good. And I didn't know, I was stuck for a little bit, and I was just kind of watching him drive away, and I'm kind of like, oh no.
Yeah. I mean, it was something that I thought might have implications on the points table, but evidently you finishing here in second made all the difference. But I have to ask, what is the future looking like for Ethan Stuckwish when it comes to sim racing?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't know how many more seasons I have. I mean, the season's it's been fun, but I don't know. It's just I end up too busy sometimes during the week, and I'm gonna finish this season out, and I'm running up. I think I'm fourth right now in official points, so I'm kind of just do that and then Pro Series, and I don't really know what the plan after Pro Series is.
Yes, sir. Well, Ethan, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I'm sure you've ran one hell of a season. You're walking home with that third place purse. So, round of applause for you, Ethan. And, I hope to see you thriving in whatever you do in the future.
Yep.
So, bringing it back, we are going to bring in the winner of tonight's race. Unfortunately, not able to crack the top 3 in the championship points. I thought you might have had a chance, Mr. Tyson Banks, with your win here tonight. However, $50 richer for that winner's purse. How does that make you feel?
That works for me. Yeah, I'd missed a night throughout their week, so that kind of hurt me. But I think we got a top 5. I believe. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I believe you're going to finish 4th in the points. But walk me through it here tonight. We saw it on the broadcast. I'm sure it was crazy from your view inside of the car. You saw Ethan Johnson, you saw Hayden Tolleson. They were battling it out, and you just saw your opportunity, and you just heisted it. You stole it away from them while they were focused on themselves. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I caught their hand in the cookie jar there. Yeah, I seen a gap and I went for it. These guys are tough. Tolson, Johnson, everybody in this, pretty much top 10. Everybody that shows up here, it's not no slouch of a field, So it's a lot of fun, and I'm glad I got one. That's pretty cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I asked Stuckwish, so I'll ask you the same question. What's the future looking like sim racing wise for Mr. Tyson Banks?
I've just been on the sim probably about 2.5 years. I came from a background of racing and stuff, but I just do this for fun, and hopefully we keep plugging along and grabbing a few of these wins along the way, and just try to get as much wins as we can. That's about it. Just nothing special. Just try to outrun these tough guys when we can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's honest way of doing it. Just another day's work. But I have to ask you, you won the race here tonight. You finished P4 in the championship standings. Who do you have to thank for this monumental season?
Oh, definitely Tri-City Speed, Fusion setup shops, Matthew, Brandon Barhart. He's always on the sim turning laps and keeping us fast, keeping us with good setups and whatnot. So that's always cool. Blake Culver with Atlas. Just everybody that Chase for putting this on. You for the broadcast. Just everybody, I appreciate you, and hopefully we can grab another one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is the 747 driver, Tyson Banks, flying it like a 747 here tonight. You walk home $50 richer for the win and a lot of bragging rights with this championship. So have a good night, Tyson.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Switching gears, we're bringing in Mr. Hayden Tollison, the young prodigy. Hayden, man, last time I talked to you was the championship race of round number 1. Unfortunately, just came up a little bit short, and unfortunately, you do the same here tonight. It's coming, though, man. It's coming. I know it is. I know it is. How do you feel?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we have a really good car every single track we go to. We're not quite as good as Ethan when it comes to running the top, and that's kind of how it was that race, kind of right on the top. And I don't know, we just our balance wasn't right. We were just a little too tight up top, and I don't know. I mean, I put my I tried my best, obviously, and I felt like we were pretty good there in that feature, the first 30, 40 laps. And once Ethan got to second, I knew he was going to be really good. And, I'm normally a clean driver, but with the championship on the line, and I knew it was a pretty far reach for me to win championship, so I was trying to race hard but clean at the same time, and kind of rough him up a little bit because I knew that was my only shot too. And yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, it wasn't the cleanest driving, and I wasn't trying to drive real clean. I was trying to, get a little dirty with them and try to, not wreck them, but like kind of make them make a mistake or get spun out or something. And it happened, but it just didn't matter. He's just really good at the game, and I mean, I got him credit where credit's due. He was the better car all season long, the better man all season long, and he's one of the best in racing for a reason. And yeah, second sucks, but at the end of the day, we know we have a capable car of winning championships and races, and hopefully we can carry this in the Pro Series and have a good round.
Yeah, I mean, just personally, I think you're going to do great in the Pro Series. I mean, when it comes to consistency, you are up there, possibly just at the top of anybody that I've seen. So keep your head high, Hayden. There is no ceiling for your potential. I do know that. But moving on, I do want to ask, you had a fantastic season, obviously, because you finished P2 in the points. You finished on the podium here tonight. Who do you have to thank for that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm going to keep my head down. We're going to keep on moving and keep on trucking, and we're going to come back stronger, better than ever. And yeah, I think all guys at Major Street Shop, with some sports. So see if any sports, House and Repaired, House and Sports, Aces and Custom, Wraps, you for broadcasting tonight. And yeah, hopefully we'll get one step better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wise words spoken from the young prodigy, the Big H, Hayden Tollison. I hope to see you somewhere at the top sometime soon. Yeah, have a good night.
Pro races.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a good night, man. And now bringing in the big winner for tonight. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done here at Charlotte, but it doesn't matter because it's champion time for Ethan Johnson here. Ethan, how you doing, man?
Little annoyed, but other than that, pretty good.
Yeah, a little annoyed. Now, why are you a little annoyed? I think I might know why, but I want to hear you say it.
I mean, every race with Hayden, he's always running into something. It doesn't matter who it is, where it is. It doesn't matter. He's got to run into you all the time. He just I don't think he can physically race. I don't even know if he runs into people on accident. I just think he kind of can't control the car, and it happens. But it's every race with him. I definitely think we had the car to win. He basically admitted in his interview to wrecking me on purpose. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that is true. He did kind of say that. Now, Ethan, I didn't get to tune in for any of the season, really. But I did get dropped in here to broadcast the championship here tonight. but you looked like you were having an absolute ball out there with that car. Tell me how that car felt driving around Charlotte.
I mean, yeah, the car felt good. I turned no laps. I've been racing sprint cars for Pro Series. I have no laps in this. This is about the only late model race I run now. Not counting the officials I ran at Charlotte, but you know, I mean, the car was good. I just took the spring fling setup, took some fuel out, and ran it, and you know, it was good. I mean, I definitely think we could have won by at least a couple seconds there if it went and stayed green.
Yeah, for sure. Tyson Banks capitalizing on what might have been a SmackDown, big monster madness, Big Show versus Great Khali vibes for anybody that watched wrestling out there. But Ethan, you've won the championship. I gotta ask, what's the future looking like for Mr. Ethan Johnson?
You know, I definitely think we're one of the best right now, at least on late models. You know, any race we load into, you know, we have a shot. You know, unless we get wrecked. But I mean, we're competitive every race we join, so you know, we'll see how we do in Pro Series. I think we could maybe get a win or two there, and just hopefully keep going forward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is going to be wise words spoken from your new Dirt Revival Tour Drivers Champion, Mr. Ethan Johnson. That is going to be a big payout for you. And, you know, wherever I end up, wherever you end up, I hope I see you at the top.
Yeah, let's hope so. I definitely think we have a shot to do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, one more thing before I let you depart here. Who do you have to thank for this championship-winning season?
Yeah, you know, I just gotta thank everybody over at Free Speed. You know, Jordan. You know, if it wasn't for him, I definitely wouldn't be here. He's taught me pretty much everything I know on the game, and I definitely gotta thank him. Everybody over at Cocky Floyd Consulting, Dirty South Speed Shop, Stolen Transportation, Big Ten Race Wraps, and everybody else who helps me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ethan Johnson, it was a pleasure meeting you. It was a pleasure seeing you win the championship here in the Dirt Revival Tour. And hopefully our paths cross one more time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it here for the second season of the Dirt Revival Tour. It was an absolute blast watching this championship, and, you know, I'm glad you guys hopped in, watched along with me for this wonderful season finale. I'm going to start broadcasting again, so, you know, you might be able to catch me here on some nights broadcasting some sort of series. I'm not entirely sure. Haven't got anything lined out yet, but my name is in the hat, ladies and gentlemen. My name is out in the world. Will I get picked up for something? Who knows? But ladies and gentlemen, this has been Mac. People on the internet call me Arsenal. One final look at your race results here before I leave you guys. Steven Pearson, Dylan Jones, Aaron McGee, Blake Culver, Ryder English, Brandon Jones, Braden Moore, Nate Wimhoff, Braden Carter, Dylan Del Mastro, Bob Klein, Taylor Orr, Jeffrey Hyatt, Ethan Johnson, Tyler Bickford, Hayden Tollison, Ethan Stuckwish, and your race winner here tonight representing Tri-City Speed, the 747 driver of Tyson Banks. But your top three in the championship goes to Ethan Stuckwish, Hayden Tollison, and your championship winner, Ethan Johnson. Guys, I hope you had a fantastic time here tonight, and I hope to see all of you lovely gentlemen in the next one, ladies as well, and we will see you guys in the next one.